Okay, so welcome back to alcohol, phenol, ether continuation, NEET level MCQ question answer discussion. So let's take first MCQ. So phenol is heated with phthalic anhydride in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid. The product gives pink color with alkali. The product is phenolphthalein. Why? Because phenol react with phthalic anhydride and it forms a phenolphthalein. And this phenolphthalein in basic condition, it will give you pink color. Let's take another question. So on reacting with the neutral ferric chloride, phenol gives violet color because of the formation of hexaphenoxyferrate 3 complexes, and that is violet in color. Let's take another question. So here, by which of the following reaction procedures can ethyl N-propyl ether be obtained? Here you can observe that this is the propyl bromide, and propyl bromide react with the ethyl component forming a propyl ethyl ether. Let's take another component, another reaction. Ethylene glycol gives oxalic acid on oxidation with alkaline potassium permanganate because it's a strong oxidizing agent which converts ethylene glycol into glycolic aldehyde, further converts into glycolic acid, further converts into glyoxamic acid, further converts into oxalic acid. Let's take another question. So which compound will have a highest boiling point? We know that ethanol will have a hydrogen bonding and it is having higher molecular weight alcohol. So this will have more number of hydrogen and this will have more boiling point compared to other things. Let's take another question. So picric acid is stronger acid than acetic acid and benzoic acid because picric acid contains nitro group, 3 nitro group, and 3 nitro groups electron withdrawing, so it increases the acidic nature of the phenol. Let's take another question. When phenol is treated with excess of bromine water, it gives 2,4,6 tribromophenol. Let's take another question. So phenol is more acidic than the alcohol because phenol, when it is treated with a base, it forms a phenoxide ion. This phenoxide ion is stabilizes through resonance, whereas the alkoxide cannot stabilize through resonance. That's the reason phenol is more acidic compared to other ones. Let's take another question. So the function of zinc chloride in Lucas test for alcohol is to act as an acid catalyst and react with HCl to form a intermediate like this. Let's take another question. Cumin process is the most important commercial method for the manufacture of phenol. Then cumin is nothing but a 1-methyl ethyl benzene. Let's take another reaction. To distinguish between the salicylic acid and phenol, one can be used sodium bicarbonate solution because sodium bicarbonate solution, when it is treated with salicylic acid, it produces carbon dioxide. It is a gaseous one and it's bubble formation in the reaction. Let's take another reaction. Lucas reagent. Lucas reagent is nothing but a anhydrous zinc chloride and concentrated HCl, and it is used to classify the alcohols. Let's take another question. So reaction of tertiary butyl alcohol with the hot copper at 350 degrees centigrade produces an alkene. Why? Because the copper makes alcohol to undergo dehydration, and this is the product. 2-methyl propene will be the product. Then here Jones reagent, it's an oxidizing agent and makes this alcohol into ketone. This will be the product. Let's take another question. So mild oxidation of glycerol with hydrogen peroxide or ferrous sulfate gives both means glyceraldehyde and dihydroxyacetone. This is the glyceraldehyde and this is the dihydroxyacetone. Let's take another question. So primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol can be distinguished by performing Victor-Meyer's test. In Victor-Meyer's test, first primary alcohol gives red color, secondary alcohol gives blue color, tertiary alcohol gives no color. Let's take another question. Ethyl chloride is converted into diethyl ether. It's nothing but a Williamson synthesis. That means ethyl chloride and reaction with sodium methoxide gives diethyl ether. Let's take another question. So glycerol on heating with oxalic acid at 110 degrees centigrade. So it will give you the methanoic acid. Methanoic acid is nothing but a formic acid. This initially forms an intermediate like this, and this undergo dehydration as well as the uh, decarboxylation, giving formic acid. Formic acid IUPAC name is methanoic acid. Let's take another question. 2-methoxybutane is obtained by reacting diazomethane. It is nothing but a O-methylation. 2-butanol on O-methylation with diazomethane gives 2-methoxybutane. Let's take another question. So which of the following compounds when heated with carbon monoxide at 150 degree and 500 atmospheric pressure in presence of trifluoroborane forms ethyl propionate. Ethyl propionate is the an ester. So for this ethyl propionate formation, the compound should be diethyl ether, starting material. Let's take another question. Okay. So in the following reaction sequence, alcohol is converted into iodo is converted into nitro is does not react with the nitrous acid. That means tertiary alcohol react with iodine forming a hydro compound, react with silver nitrate forming a nitro compound, and this does not react with the nitrous acid. Let's take another question. Argol, a brown crust formed during the fermentation of the grape juice, contains potassium hydrogen tartarate. That means during fermentation of the grape juice, a brown crust is formed at the top, which is called argol. This contains potassium hydrogen tartarate and is used for the preparation of tartaric acid and Rochley salt. Let's take another question. An organic compound C3H6O neither gives precipitate with sodium semicarbazide nor react with sodium. It could be an alkene. Means vinyl methyl ether. Ether will be the product because an alcohol OH react with sodium and carbonyl gives precipitate with semicarbazide. Since the compound of the molecular formula C3H6O does not use precipitate with semicarbazide and does not react with sodium, it's neither carbonyl compound nor alcohol, hence it must be a ether. Let's take another question. So the major product in the reaction of a secondary alcohol with concentrated sulfuric acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid means dehydration. Dehydration means OH is going out and one proton from this carbon. Why this carbon? Because this is the benzylic carbon. That's the reason this will be the product. Let's take another question. Okay. So during dehydration of alcohol to alkenes by heating with concentrated sulfuric acid, the initiation step is protonation of alcohol. So first protonation and then elimination. Let's take another question. So which is correctly matched? And you know that the B1, so which will give you the blue color. So that means secondary alcohol gives blue color in Victor Meyer's test. Then phenol on heating with carbon tetrachloride and aqueous KOH gives salicylic acid, and this reaction is called Reimer-Teimer reaction. Reimer-Teimer reaction conversion of phenol to salicylic acid. And that means by the reaction of carbon tetrachloride and NaOH, it gives an intermediate called carbene. That carbene react with this carbon, forming carboxylic acid. So oxygen containing organic compound on oxidation forms a carboxylic acid as the only organic product with its molecular mass higher by 14 units. The organic compound is a primary alcohol because the difference in mass between the CH2OH group and COOH group is 14. Thus the compound which undergo oxidation is primary alcohol. Let's take another question. Phenol is treated with phthalic anhydride and concentrated sulfuric acid. It gives phenolphthalein as the product. Let's take another question. So an organic compound A containing carbon, hydrogen, oxygen has a pleasant odor with the boiling point of 78 degree. On cooling A with concentrated sulfuric acid, a colorless gas is product which decolorizes bromine, water, and alkaline carbon, or the organic liquid is. That means alcohol on treating with sulfuric acid, it forms alkene. This alkene decolorizes the bromine as well as the KMnO4 color. Let's take a simple method to remove peroxides from ethers that treat with an aqueous solution of potassium iodide. Why? Because iodide I minus can give iodine and 2 electron. These 2 electron react with the peroxide, gives rise to ether and oxygen. Let's take another question. So this is an ether. Ether reacts with hot and excess HI. Then the formed product is ethyl iodide. It's nothing but a cleavage of ether. That means reactions of ether.